Okay, so I don't really do these tutorials quite often, but I looked on YouTube, couldn't find anything useful at all. So yeah, here's a little showcase just before we go into any explanation, just so you know what you're getting into. So I'm just going to be like, who are you? So who are you? It's going to tell me something like, she should be a shopkeeper, so she should say something like that. Tough and adventurous gal who runs a shop of all sorts, fascinating items. Okay, cool. And just for fun, we'll be like, okay, so what do you have for sale? And of course, there's literally nothing she can sell at the moment, but let's just see what the AI can come up with. So let's see, weapons, simple daggers. Okay, cool. So it just kind of makes stuff up. Unfortunately, she can't really remember what her last piece of like dialogue was, but that's something we can configure later on. So I'm making this video because I couldn't find anything else, and I did find one really great resource, which is over here. The unfortunate part is that these scripts are outdated and they don't really work anymore. So I just had to go through line by line, see what was wrong, and then update it so that it does function. And the issue is that it uses a couple of deprecated services. So the prompt we have for Jetta, and it's going to be in the module script within replicated storage when you open up this file. It's going to be in the description down below. And the prompt that we have for Jetta is I'm a mean and adventurous gal named Jetta who sells a variety of wares to those who wander into my shop. So there's that. And then you might be wondering, okay, what is the pre-prompt? And you can set the pre-prompt here, which is the prompt for all of your AIs that you're going to have in your game. And the prompt I have for them is, do not ever mention that you are an AI for the sake of immersion in this video game. If you must, instead state that you are a fictional character. So that's what we have it. So if they're asked that they're an AI, they're just going to say, oh, I'm a fictional character. It's just so you know I don't know, ethics and stuff or whatever, I don't know. And yeah, there's the model, so we're using GPT-4. And if you can figure out how to get that changed, you definitely can. I just went with the most up-to-date model for the sake of simplicity there. So there's the prompt, the pre-prompt, and that's about it for the OpenAI section of the script. And this is the script that goes inside each of the rigs. So Chat AI goes in here. Let me get it a little closer to spawn. So yeah, Chat AI, if you take a look inside, we have a couple different things just so I can showcase a few things that you can do here, like checking conditions, seeing like checking itself, and yeah, it's all configurable, and I definitely want you to change them up if you can. So I'm going to ignore all this. I just want to go through what each function does. So whenever you join the game, so player added, it gets your humanoid, gets your character, and whenever you talk, which is this, so this is the function. This function here is just checking to see if you said something. And then if they're not busy, then it gets your position here, and if the position is 30 studs or less away from them, it sets them being busy and doing something to true. So this is the state in which they're like, oh, okay, I have to think and come up with a prompt. And this is the pre-prompt, which is like another set of instructions for it. So I'm setting this parameter here. If the health is 0, the prompt is that they are currently dead. So if you try talking to a dead AI, it can still come up with something, or you can tell it to like stop the script right then and there, because talking to a dead person doesn't make sense. But maybe you're talking to their ghost or something. You can do something lore related or there if you want like the AI to still talk. Maybe that's possible. And this here is just to kind of clean stuff up. So we get the pre-prompt, and then we get like the prompt that is generated out of the text that you send it, and it turns it, and then does the chat service, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It chats it. If you go down here, and if we happen to kill the NPC, it sets the message. See, as you can see, if we click message here, it sets the message that the player has sent. Instead of the message that we send in chat, it sets that message to, you have just been slain by a player. so it knows that it's been slain by a player. And that's pretty much it. So if we go on here, and we're going to try a couple different things. So unfortunately she's gone. Oh well, that's a surprise. I see you have a feisty spear. No worries, they'll be back in a jiffy with more wares to sell. Remember, Jet is always open for business. I'll just be like, are you okay? Are you okay? Let's see. Just a minor setback, happens all the time in this world. I'll be back in no time, ready to sell the finest wares in the realm. Yeah. So it knows it's gone. That's about it. Because this AI can't really remember anything, so we just kind of have to put some like additional prompts in front of it. So let's say, for example, let's see, because this is just a standard function, and instead of died, it can just be like when this button is pressed. So like, let's say, for example, we have a part here, right? And we click on it, and then we get a sword, and we can set the prompt to be like, oh, the player has just purchased this sword, and then like depending on whatever the whatever the prompt here is, they'll react to you buying that sword. So there's a ton of different things you can do with it. If you want some additional tutorials on it, like an actual like AI shop where you like go around and buy stuff, that's a video I can make at some point, because I want to add it into my RPG eventually, because like this is why I wanted to work on AI. I'm like, okay, I just want some like fun AI characters for my little RPG I'm working on. The downside is you do need to get, of course, you do need an API key. So you do need to go to openai.com/API. You can get a pretty decent amount of tokens for like $5, and you just have to copy the API key to make it work, and then just paste it in to where is it? Server script service. Yeah, just paste it into server script service. I can't show you it because it's mine, and I don't want you using my API key because I paid for it, and it has a limited number of uses that I need to refill eventually. And the RPG I'm working on is for profit, so I kind of need the money, because I'm putting money into the API key, so I can't really give that to you, unfortunately, because it costs money, but you can use your own money. Yeah. So you can ask your mommy for $5, and if you don't have $5, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you can have this AI for Christmas then, or for your birthday. I don't know. But that's about it. Hopefully you found this video useful, and we'll see some really cool Roblox AI dudes and dudettes. I don't really know what's gonna happen. But yeah, that's the tutorial, because I literally couldn't find a single one on YouTube, because most of them is just, oh hey look, AI pathfinding, or hey let's ruin game footage with like an AI image generator like this. But yeah, you can definitely pair the OpenAI stuff with like a decent Pathfinder or something. It'd probably be better like that. Or you could do something weird, probably, where you can just be like, you'd have it like give itself instructions, like I'm going to walk forward, and then like when like you can have like a script that like reads, oh, if I see the word forward in here, I'm going to make myself walk forward, or something like that. I don't know. You can combine a bunch of different stuff is what I'm getting at. But that's a tutorial. Hopefully you found it useful. It's up to date for, what is today's date? January 10th, 2025. It should be functional until Roblox decides to be really dumb and break itself again. Really cool, really cool. Love Roblox.